You were determined to land the role of Billy and put yourself on tape 4 times. What was it about this character and script that stood out to you?
Well, there was a lot, First of all, I felt Billy was kind of like dynamite in a box. She was so full of life and she had such a big appetite. Her appetite for life was bigger than Texas. And I was just like, come hell or high water, I gotta be her. And there was just a lot that I felt like I could relate to. It's like I'm a mother of three myself. And, Billy sort of presents motherhood. It's complex, it's messy, and she's a super great mom. But at the same time, I feel like you can be a really great mom and still wonder who you've become. I think you can be a great mom and you can be married and you can still look back on your life and wonder about the choices that you've made. So I felt like this was such an honest and raw look into all those thoughts that, as you know, men or women, in relationships and being parents that you have, but you're not allowed to say out loud. And so I just felt that's so raw and refreshing. And then also, this is important to note, is I kind of tanked my audition. I didn't do a good job. I there were 3 scenes and I did well on the first two, but I butchered that last one. And when I found out that they were still into me, I was like, oh, well, then in that case, if you're saying there's a chance, then let me show you what I can do. And I was just, so I went back and I put myself on tape over and over again. I had a couple, Stacy Ruckhauser and I had a couple friends in common, and my friends had built me up so much that I just was a ball of nerves by the time I went in. And that's why I tanked the audition. But yeah, thank God they picked me, man, because otherwise I would have quit acting and been a midwife. So thank God.
You've shared on social media how transformative this project has been for you. What's been the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself being a part of this project and embodying this character?
Well, Billy is a character who has so much courage. And even when everybody around her is questioning her choices, she knows who she is and she knows what she wants. And I have so much respect for that. It's like, I feel like, I myself, just from the time that I was young, that I've lived 9 lives already. And that oftentimes there were moments in my life where, I was making choices, whether it was career, whether it was personal, where the group around me didn't agree with the choices that I made, or I made the choice because it was the group around me that told me to make that choice. And she really has encouraged me to just kind of find the truth of who I am and to be unapologetic in it. And also she's such a sexually liberated character that I feel like, she says, it's like we have wants and desires, and that's okay. And I feel like as women, we've been told for so long to live and act in like this certain box, especially once we reach a certain age, that it's refreshing to be reminded that you don't have to do that. So she's encouraged me to be braver in my life for sure.
Yeah, and your character has so many rich relationships throughout this series. Which was your favorite to explore and why?
I love the relationship with Sasha. It's like we don't see female friendships depicted like this on screen because, we come to find out very early on in the show that they have something in common, which is Brad. And, but you also quickly realize that this is not going to be a show about two women fighting over a man. That these two characters are thicker than thieves. They're sisters through the end. And they've been through so many different incarnations of themselves. But the one thing that has remained true is their loyalty to each other. So when I have girlfriends like that, I have a girlfriend that she could call me tomorrow and say, she could call me right now on the phone with you and say, I need help burying the body. And I would hang up this phone. I wouldn't ask any questions and I'd leave. So, chicks before dicks, man. What can I say?